This isn't your typical outdoor show. It's not about how great one outdoorsman is. You won't find any of these guys hanging over food plots or obsessing over the size of a wreck. What you will see is the heart of a certain group bringing you real stories about real people. We call them real sportsmen. Real Sportsman is brought to you by CW Reps, Precision Powder and Blast, and Limelight.
Just got up and we were just gonna go out bird hunting after we got our chores done. So we got the chores done and went out and we shot pellet guns first. I just walked over and grabbed the gun and took it out of the case and forgot to check it. I guess I had my finger on the trigger, but as I racked it and it went forwards, my finger pulled into the trigger and it shot through the door.
They took him to surgery, and it was not too long, because it just so happened that one of the head brain surgeons, eye surgeons, they all had been there that day, were there, and so they were all there like that, and it didn't take but a couple hours, and the head eye surgeon comes down and tells us that, okay, your son's going to be okay, but he just flat said, well, we can't save his eyes. We talked about it as a family, and Dakota stood up and said, I'm the one to tell him that we have to send him to surgery, because he didn't know at that point. And we all stood him, backed him up on that. And we all went in and stood around his bed, and Dakota told him.
They're starting to fall down a little bit, so I'm gonna take them off and fix them. Is that okay? I think that it will feel better because it won't be falling down on your nose like that. Okay? I'm gonna go real slow. What, buddy? Yeah, they're pretty swollen. So it's gonna be a little bit sore, but it'll get better, okay? So there's just some tape over here that's holding them on, and I'm gonna just really carefully take it off. And I'm just gonna put some new gauze, and then we'll fix the tape so it's not falling down, okay? What, baby? Yeah. Okay, he's taking the tape off this side over here. Good job.
Line light.
With the massive trauma to Jade's skull, he will be fitted with a plastic partial. For the next 5 months, Jade will have to wear a protective helmet to protect his brain.
Five months after the accident, Jade was cleared to get his prosthetic skull. He went into surgery. Everything went routinely. Everything looked great. He went through recovery just fine. The next morning, the neurosurgeon came in to do his rounds and everything looked great. The drainage looked good, so he decided that he would just routinely pull the drain out. And almost immediately after the drain was pulled out, Jade's head started to swell with a large hematoma. Jade started to scream at his dad, "Dad, I'm gonna die right here on this bed." Mike ran out into the hallway because the neurosurgeon had just walked to the next patient's room, and he followed Mike back into Jade's room, and as soon as he saw the hematoma on top of Jade's head, he immediately pulled out his scissors and started to open right there at the bed. They had found the nicked vein, so they fixed that and then put the prosthetic skull back in place.
So I'm just looking at this one that I've already done and I'm trying to match to that. And then I just soften the edges of it a little bit.
It is absolutely fascinating. Let's see.
Yeah, no, that's about right. Okay, I'm gonna slide it back in. I'm gonna wiggle it a little bit because I want to see something. Yeah, that's kind of loose. I'm gonna add on to it a little bit in the wax.
There's also air under, I think.
Yeah. And then close gently both eyes, just let them drift shut like you're falling asleep. And then open, and then side to side, up and down.
This one feels like it's about to pop out.
It looks like it's about to pop out. I'm gonna draw it.
The first morning that he was able to open his eyelids.
And ladies and gentlemen, the great reveal of Jade Harlows, smoking blue eyes. And the reveal
Was really bittersweet because he was so excited to finally be able to open his eyelids and stretch them, but at the same time, he didn't have his birth eyes.
Love me? Color me impressed. Up, down, left, right, all around.
And so as a mom, trying to be super excited for him, and to look at him, but he had these hard plastic, no life, kind of mannequin things staring back at me. Literally made me want to vomit.
I forgive you. And that's all I said. It was just, I forgive you. And right after he told me that he had shot me, it was an accident. I honestly didn't really know what it meant. I was so medicated at that moment that I didn't even really know what I'm going to be blind for the rest of my life meant.
So ironically, as I'm following this story about Jade, a friend of mine from high school named Mark Roberts calls me and he says, hey, if there's anything that I can do to help out, I want to be able to do it. And he's like, you count on us. Jade always has wanted to do a sturgeon. The moment that Mark heard those words, he says, I'm in. Let's go. We need to get up, we need to set up camp, get things ready. That way, the next following morning, we're scheduled to meet the Harlows at the boat launch. Now the thing about Hell's Canyon is there's plenty of things that want to bite you, poke you, or drown you. Now because of the dangers that happen in Hell's Canyon, every boater is required to log in and register before they head upriver. So Marcus set us up in one of his favorite spots. The one thing about this place is that it is a pack in and pack out area, which means you are packing in everything. You're not allowed to burn any of the trees, shrubs, driftwood there. You are going to bring your own wood. And everything that you bring in, you're taking out. And that means even your stuff.
Well, it's just something that, Steph and I, we take out friends a lot fishing, and we enjoy doing that. We enjoy the company of it. So, hearing about his story, doing a little research about him and stuff, and actually meeting him, I was all for doing it. So, it's what we're here doing.
With camp now set, all we can do is wait. It's time for a good night's sleep, because tomorrow we don't know what to expect. The spring runoff has the dams running wide open at 50,000 gallons per minute. With the water that high, it makes it increasingly difficult to land a fish.
Left camp, we're gonna head down and pick up the Harlows.
It never fails. No matter what lake, no matter what boat launch, there's always going to be that one boat that makes you go, I don't think you thought that one through very well. That's what I do. Get stuck, all else fails. More gas. Something tells me I think he forgot the strap. Call it a hunch.
How's it going?
Good, how are you guys?
Well, you guys made her anyway, for sure.
We did.
All right, good. Well, nice
Mike.
to meet you. Yep.
You are?
I'm Mark.
Mark?
Yep.
Okay.
Hi, I'm
Hi.
Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Nice to
Hi.
meet you.
Right here, Jade.
Jade.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Jade. I'm Stephanie. Nice to meet you.
Okay, now, yeah.
You gotta duck
Okay.
down a little bit.
Okay, before you step down, just duck. Keep ducking. There you go.
You can sit right there.
There you go. Perfect. So now I got here's an air ride seat right here for you. Okay. So here, I'm gonna hang on to you here because we got coolers here in front of you. Normally it's all open, but there's a little open spot right here. Okay.
Find another step in front of
Okay.
you, kind of a tall one.
See, now you got the big step. See how big that step is? You just felt. Now you just got to go up. Go ahead and come step on that big sucker.
And then there's another one.
Okay, now there's only a small step. Okay, this is the high deck. So now you got a few feet in front of you. And there is an open spot in the middle, but there is rails all around the side here. So even if you want to feel the rails or
Yeah.
okay, but if you went like right here in the middle, see there's no rail here. So that's where a little kicker, there's a swim deck back there. Okay, so I mean you always want to make sure you got the rail in front of you when you're on the high deck here, okay?
Yeah.
That way you don't go falling out the back. If you do, we'll fish you out.
Okay.
Okay.
On the next Real Sportsman.
Okay. There's the fish. Yep. There we go. Good job. Woo! The big sound.
For more information, log on to realsportsmantv.com.